So, you've got some money in your pocket and you want to buy a new camera. The truth is though, there's a huge selection of models out there. From DSLRs to mirrorless cameras, from action cameras to bridge cameras. Which camera will be right for your photography? Well, in this video, we're going to give you an overview of all the different types of cameras out there. We'll talk about their good points and their not so good points to help you make the right buying decision. Let's get going. We're going to start with the trusty DSLR, which if you've ever wondered stands for Digital Single Lens Reflex. Now, these cameras have been around in the mainstream for a good 20 years, and with good reason. Built to be robust and ergonomic, brands like Canon and Nikon have sold millions of DSLRs over the years. On the plus side, DSLRs are relatively affordable and there's a huge amount of lens choice for these cameras. And typically, the battery life is really good, so you can take more shots before needing to change batteries. On the downside, DSLRs can be a bit bulky and heavy, especially when compared to their mirrorless rivals. DSLRs come with either APS-C or full-frame sensors and offer a good level of weather sealing in most cases, so you could be out all day in whatever weather. So let's talk about mirrorless cameras, and I'm sure, as you'll know, most brands have moved away from DSLRs and started to focus on mirrorless cameras. Because there's no mirror mechanism inside, mirrorless cameras can be much smaller and lighter than DSLRs. This brings a huge range of advantages, making the cameras more portable and suitable for travel photographers or those who just wish to travel light. There's now a huge selection of mirrorless cameras available to buy, from those with full-frame sensors to APS-C to smaller sensor cameras such as Micro Four Thirds. Mirrorless cameras use electronic viewfinders instead of the optical ones you find on DSLRs. However, this does draw more energy from the battery, and this means the batteries can drain faster. However, as time has gone on, technology has improved and batteries have become even more efficient. Now, action cameras are often overlooked and thought of as just a tool for videographers. But the truth is, they can actually be a really useful tool for photographers too. The best thing about action cameras is that they're tough, very tough. Built to be waterproof and to take heavy knocks, these are the cameras to use when you perhaps don't want to risk a mirrorless or DSLR camera. Names to look out for are DJI and of course GoPro, and some action cameras now offer resolutions as high as 20 megapixels. Action cameras offer very wide fields of view, and this can be both an advantage and a drawback depending on what sort of image you're trying to capture. Lastly, let's talk about bridge cameras, which are also known as super zooms or all-in-one cameras. Now, these cameras offer exceptional value for money, but they have a fixed lens, so you can't swap in and swap out glass like you can with a mirrorless or DSLR camera. However, the big advantage of these cameras is that they typically have a huge focal range, with some camera models offering over 100 times magnification and focal lengths in excess of 1,000 millimeters. The compromise to all that focal length in just one lens is that the lens of course uses a variable maximum aperture, and that means it can lead to slower shutter speeds, especially when you're shooting in low light conditions. But bridge cameras offer fantastic value for money and are excellent for beginner wildlife photographers and especially bird photographers who really need that longer focal length. So, we've talked about DSLRs, mirrorless cameras, action cameras, and of course, those value for money bridge cameras. Do you know what? It's fantastic that there's so much choice out there for photographers looking to buy their next camera. And there's a camera for every photographic need, whether you're just starting out in photography or you're looking to take things a bit more seriously. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.